So Sebastian Vettel is the new Formula One world champion. Who would have thought it when Fernando Alonso was leading heading into the final race? And Gareth, I watched the race, I was absolutely stunned. What were your thoughts on the race on the weekend?
I mean, it was obviously, he was obviously the outsider, so it was a shock in that respect, but you know, no one's really dominated this season, I wouldn't say, and he had as much chance as anyone, and I think on the day he was by far the better driver, and probably over the course of the season.
Now there were 5 different leaders throughout the whole season, 4 heading into the final race, the first time it's ever happened. Did you really think, honestly, looking at the odds, that Vettel would pinch it in the final race?
I thought he had a good chance. He has been, for me, the most consistent driver of the whole season. I think he had a lot of bad luck at the start.
Definitely.
Crashed into Webber and a few other things. But I think on the day he had a good chance. I think he got lucky with Alonso. I think Ferrari got their tactics a bit wrong. And I don't know what happened to Webber. I saw him before the race, and he didn't look confident at all.
His body language didn't look right, did it? Especially after qualifying, Vettel put, what was it, half a second on him in the qualifying?
I don't know if it was nerves or, you know, I don't know what it was, but like you could tell in his eyes he didn't seem to be fancy it, did he?
So ultimately, Ferrari's bringing in Fernando Alonso to cover off Webber in the pit stop. They were looking at Webber where they should have really been looking at Vettel in the front.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what they were thinking in their tactics, and ultimately I think they got him in too early, and he got stuck behind petrol for the entire race, didn't he? So.
And what did you think at the end when Alonso gestured towards petrol?
Yeah, you can't.
Bit angry, innit?
Yeah, you can't have a go at petrol because he's out there to drive as well. Even regardless of how awful he's been this season, he's still there to do a job, and so you know Alonso should have been able to overtake him on his own merit.
Yeah. Now Red Bull have said that they've done it the proper way to win the championship rather than bringing in team orders like Ferrari did in Germany. If Alonso did win the championship, do you think it would have been a tainted world championship?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say, innit? Because like they've specified there'll be no team orders this year, but as I've been watching Formula 1 my whole life, and there's always been team orders, isn't there? And like it would have, from respect to breaking the rules, obviously, it would have tainted it because you're not allowed to do it. But, you know, it's Formula 1 and it's Ferrari.
Exactly.
What do you expect?
With an ex-Ferrari team principal up there, head of the FIA, it's quite easy to see why. They probably got away with it at the end. But I think Vettel was deserving of winning the World Championship. He set 10 pole positions throughout the season. He outclassed Webber on many occasions, and it's quite fitting for him to do it on Sunday. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Red Bull's by far the best car, and I think between Vettel and Webber, I do think Vettel is the better driver. So I mean, it's incredible that he wasn't top all season and he nicked it at the end. But you know, he drove a great race and he deserved it.
Now, talking of a German, there's obviously the young German Sebastian Vettel, youngest ever Formula 1 world champion, the oldest German, Michael Schumacher. I was delighted to see him come back at the start of the season. Not quite so delighted now after the season he's had, but I'm optimistic for him next year.
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute disaster for the great Schumacher, wasn't it? But his season ended the way the whole season had gone, really, and he spun round on the first lap. You know, it was a horrible looking crash, wasn't it, when he came up on him. But he had an absolute nightmare. I don't think the car was set up to him. I think a lot of people thought he'd do better. I thought he'd do better. He never really got to grips with it, and I hope he comes back next season.
We're Schumacher fans, and there's a lot of Schumacher fans all around the world, and he says that he's going to have a championship-winning car next year, and it'd be great to see him up against the others for next season.
Definitely. I mean, the whole team's there for him. It's Ross Brawn. The whole team's based in Germany now, so you know. Hopefully he's still got it in him. I don't know if he does, but hopefully.
So Vettel clinches the World Championship, and I think we're in agreement that on the basis of the season, the best winner came out at the end?
Yeah, I think so.
So Sebastian Vettel is the youngest world champion. He didn't think it at the start of the season, the way he was going about, battling with Mark Webber and Fernando Alonso, but we're in agreement that the right driver won at the end of the day.